Like yesterday, I had gone. My little mustache. Yesterday, I went live on Rumble, and it was just on Rumble, and I was getting ready, so it was a get ready with me and a bit of a rambling chit chat situation. Let's put this normal so y'all can see the crazy. But today, I was feeling. I was feeling extra rough. Like I needed some extra care. Can't get my mustache to line up. Like I needed some extra care. So I have my hair up like this because it's like soaked in a leave-in condition, like a deep conditioner. That one of those that you could either leave in for a while and then wash out, or like if you put on a light coat of it, you could just leave it in. So I went ham on the conditioner and I'm gonna wash it out later. And then I have this situation going on under my eyes. And I have some here on my smile lines, it's probably the place that I'm most self-conscious about, my smile lines. I feel like that's the place where my age is the most noticeable. And I'm going to take these off pretty soon and put a mask on. So because my get ready with me today wasn't happening because I want to spa day it up, I just thought, you know what? Let's be real. This is just what it looks like sometimes. Because I want to jam. I want to play some Tears of the Kingdom. I don't want to cheat on y'all because I have been consistently streaming all my gameplay progress. So it felt like cheating if I went ahead and just played and didn't stream it. So I'm like, okay, I want to play because I want to keep progressing the side quests. But I don't feel like getting ready. Like, I don't feel like doing makeup. I want to do face fixing. Eye drops. It's my own fault, really. I put the eye drop everywhere except my eye. It's kind of hard to gauge with the things under my eyes. So this is basically what happened. Yesterday I was super tired, and I ended up falling asleep like a retard. I should know better than that because I don't do short sleeps. I go ham even when I'm messing up. So basically, I fell asleep for about 2 hours, if not a little bit longer than that, yesterday afternoon into the evening. Which consequently means, oh, is this like a Shrekky kind of? What is this? Why does it look a little bit like Shrek with the little stubbies here? So basically what happened, I slept for like 2 hours in the afternoon into the evening. I woke up at like 8 p.m. and that was not a good thing because when bedtime came for sweet child of mine, it's usually when I go to sleep as well because I had to wake up early to get him to school and all that jazz. So when bedtime came, guess who wasn't tired? Ah, that got in my eye. Oh, that burns. It was not supposed to go in my eye. It's not an eye mask. It's a face mask. So anyways, as I was saying, I get sweet child of mine ready for bed, get him to sleep, and I am wide awake like an owl, which is terrible because when I'm like an owl at bedtime, it means I'm gonna be like a raccoon in the morning. And yep, I'm talking about my eye bags. So that is where I'm at. I feel rather lifeless. My face is not in good condition. My eyes are not in good condition. And I have the unfortunate, very negative mentality of when you don't sleep well. What is that, you might ask? You know, that victim mindset of like everything that can go wrong is going to go wrong, and have a harder time getting out of that victim mindset over the littlest things. Why? Because I didn't sleep well. That's what be happening when you don't sleep well. Your body does not, your brain especially, does not react well to lack of sleep. So, if you are ever a cranky pants mess, and you can't 100%. I'm gonna make it small because I look crazy. And you ever can't figure out where your phone is. Okay, that was nothing. You ever can't figure out why you're being like randomly a cranky pants mess? Sit back and replay your sleep for the past couple of days. Okay, hold on. I just went on my stream and trying to make sure that the right microphone is on. Not the one from the Logitech camera, but this one. It's much better. Okay, it's the correct microphone. Anyways, yeah, if you ever find yourself all kinds of cranky pants and you can't really figure out why, your sleep has probably been messy. And so, overall, not feeling the greatest today. And everything that's happened today so far, I've been extra negative about. So when I got home, I'd gone out, had a situation where, again, hashtag victim mentality came in, and I decided that when I got home, I was going to do a get ready with me, put it on just Rumble again, and kind of do the same thing I did yesterday. But then, as I walked in the door, I was kind of like, I don't feel like doing makeup. I'm going through, water tastes weird. We filter our water, but it tastes weird, and that's odd because it's a new filter. I just bought a brand new under sink filter. I gotta check it, see if the water's not flowing properly. Sucks, this water tastes kind of dirty, so I don't want to keep drinking it, but I need to drink water. Anyways, so I was thinking about not doing the get ready with me and the chitty chat chat, and also possibly not doing the face cam because this. But you know what? I don't care. It doesn't hurt my feelings if people would happen to maybe say not the greatest, prettiest things about me because I'm on camera looking crazy. It's all kinds of crazy. But this is the truth. This is the truth of how us women use some of our trickery to look more youthful longer. That includes face masks, face peels, all kinds of crazy stuff that does not look cute, but actually looks pretty horrifying. I mean, there's some face masks that you put on that they're like those mud mask type things where you look like a hot mess without the hot part, just the mess part. I really want water, but this one tastes so bad. You know what? I have some water bottles behind me. Hold on. Be right back. I'm gonna go get a water bottle. I'm gonna take my shoes off. I can't stand shoes. Sweet child of mine's shirt because we wear the same size shirts, and since we both like graphic tees, I just wear his shirts and he wears mine. I get pretty gender neutral graphic tees and we just share. I mean, why am I gonna waste my time buying 2 sets of things that I only need to buy 1 set of? Anyways, so I just kind of decided, yeah, I'm not gonna look cute, whatever, but, and I could have gone without the camera, to be completely honest. Like, you don't need to see me up here on the screen, But what I thought, I had this moment of thinking, you know, I think we should normalize letting people see that women aren't all sugar and spice and everything nice. And a lot of times, we look like ghosts, just to prolong our youthful and healthy appearance. And, you know, for the benefit of our skin. So, did I take, oh, I did take a picture that I needed for Kilton. So I just said, forget it, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna come out here, looking crazy, while I play the game, and have very few foxes. Because in the end, the messiness makes it so that I look better, longer, and just in general, feel better. Also, I did find a water bottle, because sweet child of mine likes to keep water bottles wherever he can get them, because if there aren't any upstairs, then he just won't drink. Because he'll be lazy like that sometimes. But then, aren't all humans lazy like that sometimes? Which is great. Yes. It looks quite crazy. Oh, you're impressed by your own skills? Okay, yeah, good. That's... You're quite humble, sir. Actually, also, this isn't how I had it yesterday. Let's go back to the... What was it? This one? No, not that one. Oh, normal, because I'm on the wrong screen. Okay, this one. This one? Is it this one? Where can I put this monster? Close this. Now, like I was saying yesterday, I am very, very tempted to buy a computer monitor instead of waiting till I come back from vacation. Oh, it doesn't fit up there. Okay. How about put it up here? There. Whoop, that didn't work out. How about put it in here? Good enough. Yeah, I found a great place for it. That looks ridiculous, and I love it. It looks just as ridiculous as I do today. Well, right now. In a couple of minutes, I'm going to take this mask off, and I won't look as ridiculous. I won't look as cute as I did yesterday with my hair down and the makeup done, but I'll feel better. My face already feels so much better, like so much hydration happening right now that I wasn't feeling before, because I was just feeling rough this morning. I couldn't sleep because, you know, like I said, like an idiot, I took a nap around 6 p.m. and I would say I woke up around 8. That's just not a smart thing to do when you know, kind of like the bedtime that you adhere to is around like between 9:30 and 9:15. Needless to say, I'm struggling today because I basically wasn't able to go to sleep until almost 2 in the morning. 2 in the morning. Oh my god. I was still kind of just like unable to go to sleep. so cooling. I don't. It's not a need, it's a want. I want one of those little fridges that you put makeup in, and I would say that probably at some point when I saw people buying those online and doing all their little sponsorships and everybody's going crazy over these little makeup fridges, well, skincare fridges, I was like, that's so dumb. But now, I thought it was dumb because it was like a glorified mini fridge that you could just have in your room, but it didn't really, I'm pretty sure it doesn't have a freezer, I'm not 100% sure. But now I'm like, I would kind of love one of those to just have my face masks and stuff in there, and all my skincare. Now that it's gotten warmer, it would really feel amazing to have everything cool or cold when you go to put it on. It would feel so much more healing. As far as what I'm using, and this is not sponsored, it's just in case you're curious, Laneige Sleeping Max EX. This one is the apple lime. I got it because it's green. That is why, it's not because I like the scent of it or anything special. The scent of it isn't bad, but I got it because it's green. As far as the mask, it's from Innisfree. I bought a bunch of them on Yestel a while back, and I'm still going through them. This one that I wore today was a fig mask, and those eye patches, I wear those all the time because they're in a big old container. There's a lot in here. They're Hamish Hydrogel Eye Patch Matcha Biome Active. That's what it says. And there's a bunch. I don't even know how many are in here. It's just a lot. 60? I think there's 60 patches in here, so that's 30 wears if you're just wearing 2. They're eye patches, but I also put them here because I feel like they have a really good shape for the smile lines. What monster do you want me to do now? I don't think I'm going to do makeup today at all, though, because my face, it doesn't really want to do makeup. What's the next monster picture? Oh wait, I had a picture of whatever he wants? Oh, well, that's convenient. Oh no, my battery's low. Oh, my wallet. My purse is right there. I mean, okay. What is that? I mean, it's fine. Whatever. If he likes it, whatever. I think it looks great. Like, you can't even see it, but okay. Let's put on some sunscreen. Even though I don't plan on going out until I go get Sweet Child of Mine. But if I leave it for later, I'll forget. Oh, that's what it wanted. Okay. Well, it's actually a halfway decent version of that creature. Oh god, this stuff smells so good. So this is the one I showed, was it yesterday? I used it on my Get Ready With Me live stream. This is Fruitia SPF 50 plus, and it's green grape, and it smells so good. Not to mention that I love the packaging because it's green, and I just love green. I love most shades of light green, baby green, but especially aquamarine type blue greens, teal, seafoam green. Makes my face feel a little bit, well, it makes my face look a little bit greasy. It doesn't feel greasy, and it's gonna go away pretty soon. Yeah, I don't have any. Yeah. Why would you go get your own camera and
Oh.
Okay. Actually, I kind of want to see how he does this one.
Oh.
I kind of want to see how he does the Gleeok. Like a fire. Whoa, nice. Good job. Good job, son and done. Yeah, but no, this one's better. Right here. Right here. Right here. Right here. Yeah, that looks good. Swap earbuds. Good old swap that, folks. It goes higher and higher. I'm gonna teleport home and take a nap. Okay, so this is what happened to me today, where I started getting into that whole victim mindset and whatever. So there's this store in one of my local malls that sells activewear, and I went in there like 2 weeks ago, maybe, totally by chance. And it just so happens that the business in that area is not the greatest, especially for small, non-chain, no affiliation type stores. And they are it says they're going out of business. I don't know how legit that is, because I know there's a lot of businesses that's a gimmick. They say they're going out of business and then they don't. Everything must going out of business and whatever. And then they stay open. So anyways, I bought 3 different things from them as far as activewear. One of them was a set, and the set was like outstanding. And I loved it. And because they're going out of business, everything is $6.99. So I got super excited and I told my mom, like, oh, I should go there more often and actually try to go before they shut down so that I can buy pretty much. The sets were good. The other things that I bought weren't as good, so I wasn't gonna buy any of the individual pieces. I was just gonna go buy the sets in like every color, because I mean $6.99, why not? And it looked good. It looks good. And I kept putting it off, like, oh yeah, I gotta go. But it was literally right before Tears of the Kingdom came out, and you know, I get distracted a lot playing this, whether it's on the stream or when I'm scanning all of my like 50 million amiibos while not on stream, or you know, doing the duplication glitch when we had the duplication glitch while not on stream. And yeah, so I ended up not going, and then today I was gonna do, while I was planning in my mind the whole get ready with me and whatnots, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go to the mall, and I'm gonna go to that store, and I'm gonna not put that off another day, because I don't want to miss out and have them end up closing, and then I'm just gonna be SOL. So I decided to go. I waited, like I hung out in my room until it was the time for them to open. It's one of the stores that opens a little bit later in the day at the mall. So I waited. When the time finally came, you know, I got myself together and I went out. But here's what happened. I got there and they weren't open yet. I got there like 30 minutes after their supposed time of opening. They weren't open. So I had some worry in my mind that maybe, I mean, there's still stuff in there, but it felt like, are they even going to open today? And have they given up on trying to sell as much of their inventory as possible? And I got really disappointed. And then I kind of, as I was driving home, I got some mildly unpleasant news from John. Something happening at school. Nothing he can't handle on his own. He's actually dealing with it on his own, and I'm very proud of him for doing it. But I was, you know, still the disappointment weighed down on me, and on top of the fact that I had this fear mentality of like, oh no, what if that store never opens and I never get the chance, and I just wasted these like 2 weeks putting off going, and you know, like. Oh wait, do they have any of these control sticks so I don't have to put it on myself? So I don't have to use one of mine? Do you guys have a control stick around here? Anywhere? No control sticks. I'm gonna have to use one of my own. That sucks. Anyway, so... And we gotta be straight, soldiers in here. Oh my god, okay. I'm gonna have a rant about soldiers, or fake soldiers, give me a second. So where the whole victim mentality thing and letting it get to me was where I just started really getting down on myself, like, oh my god, because you kept putting it off, and oh, you're never gonna find a place that has such good activewear for that cheap, and you know, this is your own fault, and I'm berating myself. And then the situation that John emailed me about was also making me disappointed as I'm driving home. And then, like, I stopped myself in the midst of driving. Well, I didn't stop the driving. It's just like my mind racing. I calmed it down. I was like, you know what? It's not that serious. I will go back later on in the day or another day in the week, maybe like Friday, if I think about when people actually go to the mall. Weekends are more likely to have more patronage, so it would make sense if they cut back on their weekday openings. And I'll just try again until because really until that business space is completely open, it's possible that they might open, and I could, you know, go in there and buy some more of the sets. And if it comes to the point where I'm not able to, well, I'm not able to. And you know, that my action was that I didn't go in time, like as soon as I saw that I looked so good in the sets, and go buy more. And the reaction is, you know, that's the reaction, that I don't have the luxury of getting more. I just have that one set, which, like, yeah, that sucks, but it's not the end of the world or anything. It's just unfortunate. And then, because I was also calm and I didn't overreact when I was responding to Sweet Child of Mine, I had the opportunity of, before I even made it home, he had emailed me again and was like, you know what, I think I'm going to be able to solve it in this and this fashion. And I said, well, you know what, good job finding a solution. I believe in you, and I'm proud of you, and go ahead and do what you need to do to solve this problem. So, you know, even though the things mildly got resolved in a positive fashion, I did end up having kind of like this thought. It's a really, like, you have to have, I don't even know how to phrase it. I can't think of the words to express what I'm feeling. Essentially, I realized that even though it was positive that I was able to start turning my frame of mind around, I could tell in my body that I was still down about the situation, and kind of like my mood wasn't the greatest. And it really made me think like how crazy our brains are about how they do things and how they process information, and how sometimes even if you're having a tough time and you think you're kind of getting over it and getting your mindset in to go into a different direction, whatever. Hey, why not? Just let me take it. You don't need it. Okay, fine. You know what? Give me back my control stick. You can't have it. I'm gonna put it on my own. Figure it out on your own. Not giving you my stuff. So yeah, as I was saying, like, it's crazy how even when on one side, like in one way, you reframe your mind or like the way you're thinking about a specific topic, once you've already gotten into that mind frame, it could be like a little bit hard to get out of the, it's not even a mental space, like it really just felt like the body space. Like my body had a reaction to my emotions, and my emotions were controlled by negative thoughts. And even when I got past the negative thoughts and started trying to move towards a more positive frame of mind, I guess you could say, my emotions were still not lining up with what my thoughts were doing. Like my thoughts changed faster than my emotions could catch up. And because of where my emotions had been, my body had a not great reaction. And it really got me thinking, like, I wonder how many people suffer through something similar, and it's like the unexplainable part of some depressions, where it's like you start thinking something and it's negative or counterproductive to having a good day and good mental health, and then you reframe your way of thinking, but the emotions that the initial thoughts caused don't go away as quickly as, well, one, as quickly as you'd like, and two, as quickly as your thoughts change. Because, people say emotions change quickly, but thoughts change way more quickly. I'm hoping it's making coherent sense. Like, how often is it the case that people that are struggling with what may appear to be depression or what turns into depression, it's just that they got themselves out of the negative thoughts that were causing negative, unhelpful emotions, but even though the thoughts have shifted, the emotions don't shift as quickly, and then they're stuck not understanding why their body isn't functioning at optimal capacity. And then having your body not being at optimal capacity becomes this like cycle of your body's not doing great, and now your mind starts not doing great because your body's not doing great. And you just like get stuck into this vicious cycle. Because there are some things in life that's, it's kind of hard to break out of them. It's not impossible, but I think that there are a lot of things in life that can be very, very hard to kind of break yourself out of when you don't actually know what's happening. Where is my Midna mask? Where is it? What? Oh, there it is. I was like, am I blind? I was being blind. Okay. Will you get mad if I join you? Oh, I got a diamond out of that. Is she gonna let me keep it?
Oh.
Nice. Diamonds are great. Diamonds are not forever. They're only for as long as I need before I sell them. Like, it really, honestly, kind of stuck in my mind. It really got me thinking how much of the struggles that people are having when it comes to mental health are just not giving yourself the time to let your emotions catch up to... Oh, come on. I'm taking you to your friend. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to take you to your friend, yo. Come on. Yeah. And then, if you happen to be able to, let's say, go get some mental health, and you end up not having, say, a physician, did I pronounce it? No, anyways, pronunciation. Like, English is my second language, so it's excusable for me. Who doesn't take that in, something like that into consideration, that you may just be inadvertently stuck in a negative loop, and all you might need, honestly, all you might need is having a moment to be able to be like, not that serious, or this is what caused what I'm feeling, and I can get over it. It's a form of mindfulness, I would say, where you're like, oh, you know, the feeling came, this is the root of the emotion, and I am going to make the conscious decision to change my frame of mind. And in the meantime, while my body and my emotions react to the fact that I've changed my way of thinking, I can be patient with myself and be compassionate with myself until, you know, that time where I'm kind of over it. Where I realize, where's your friend? Oh, there he is. I just hit you with a tree, didn't I? It's fine. You're fine. You're fine. Yep. All thanks to me. And, you know, then people just, you know, physicians then just quickly put you on some sort of medicine because they say, oh yeah, you are effectively depressed, or you are effectively, you know, in a cycle of anxiety, and they don't go the route of giving you any kind of skills or therapeutic skills to help you get over. Good job, Link. To help you get over what you're kind of stuck in. Whatever the cycle that you're stuck in, and then you become dependent on the medicine. So then you gotta keep taking the medicine, and then to a certain degree you lose the opportunity to get fully better. Oh, I forgot that my shield. These are just random thoughts that I be having sometimes. But when I have moments like I did today, where I noticed that I was in a relatively good mood. Sweet child of mine wasn't feeling the greatest this morning, and he was like, I don't know if I'm well enough to go to school. And I said, well, what do you want to do? Do you want to go home and, be absent because you are mildly having a reaction that is excusable? Would allow you to not go to school. And he was like, well, kind of no. I kind of want to go to school. I kind of don't want to be stuck, find myself in a negative place where I'm having an emergency and I can't do anything about it because you can't get to me right away. And I told him, I'm like, well, I'm not that far from home. I'm not that far from here. Home isn't that far. I'm not going to be, taking a nap or anything. I'm going to be streaming. So, if anything, it'll just add an extra 2 minutes for me to say, hey guys, I need to log off the stream and go do whatever. And I can come pick you up if push comes to shove, if that's what ends up happening. So in the meantime, you can just go to school normal. Call me, not call me, but email me if you need to. I need that. Anyways, so that's what we did. I took him to school, and he only emailed me about something completely unrelated to me picking him up. And in that whole, inside of this whole cycle of everything that I was thinking. Oh, hold on, let me not tangent just quite yet. Okay, so I was very proud of him from the beginning of the day because he was, he's a kid. When do kids not opt for just, staying home? When would they rather not stay home? That's, kids prefer to be home. That's normal. But, I was really proud of him, and I was really happy in general that, he opted for the not as fun situation, I guess, of going to school, because he was doing the right thing to do. He's in middle school, and they don't have recess anymore. It's not like, oh, he wants to go to school. School's more fun, he's got recess, and he can play with his friends, because it's not really something he'd get the luxury of, because in his middle school they don't have recess. It's a relatively short lunch period. So it would be, I guess, quote unquote, more enjoyable for him to be home, where he could use his computer and his phone freely and stuff like that. So I was really happy. I was really proud of him, just in general, the whole way that he handled the situation and the choices that he made, especially when I was giving him the option of basically being able to stay at home instead of going to school. And overall, I was happy. Just in case he had a situation, though, I parked at a nearby Wawa to his school and just waited to see if he had an emergency and needed me to pick him up so that I'd just be closer and not have to, have already been home. I waited a little bit, didn't get any emails, didn't get any phone calls from his teacher, because I did let his teacher know what he was going through. And I went into Wawa once I realized that he was going to be fine and wasn't going to need to call me or anything, or email me to pick him up. I got my Wawa, came home, decided, you know what, I'm going to go to the mall before it ends up being too late and I lose the opportunity. I was just in a pretty overall happy, successful, chill mood. And then I get to the mall and the place is not open. Not that it's completely out of business. It wasn't empty and it didn't have any signs saying they're not opening anymore. It's just my mind went to worst case scenario almost immediately, since I knew that it's a business that's going out of business. And I started feeling disappointed, and I started having negative emotions and negative self-talk, and I wasn't going to walk around the mall and aimlessly try to purchase stuff to make myself feel better. I only went there for one purpose, so I literally just went back to the car and headed home. And then while I was heading home, I got that one email, mildly negative situation that my child was going through at school, and kind of like that stacked on top of the severe disappointment that I felt from the store being closed, well, especially when it had taken me so long to finally just go to the store. What I consider to be longest is like 2 weeks from when I first found them as a business. And I caught myself feeling like really down about it, really unnecessarily disappointed, considering what it was that actually happened, right? And it just really got me thinking how much of the negativity and struggle that people are going through and medicated for could be resolved with some like mindfulness training and kind of just having the realization that sometimes things, it just takes a little bit of time for your emotions to catch up with your mind. Oh, that looks funny. Can I fit one more pole? I can fit one more in there. Hold on. I have a pretty good mental health team, and honestly, I wish more people had people like my doctor. For example, my psychiatrist. And I've had him for a long time, and even when his position changed, he asked me if I wanted to keep him on, and he let me know. He was like, hey, by the way, our appointments are going to be a little bit different because my position has changed now, and I'm not going to be as available, so it might take a little bit longer for appointments to be viable. And he gave me the whole rundown of how things were going to be changing because he'd gotten a different position, basically. He'd gotten a promotion. And I was fine with it. Like, I just told him I'd rather stay with you because I like the way he works. So basically, this is how he does things. He'll talk to you for a while so he can assess where you are. But then the other thing is, he doesn't shove medicine at you all the time. And if you happen to tell him, what is happening? What is that sound? Anyway, if you happen to tell him that for whatever reason you want to come off with whatever meds that you happen to be on, he's totally fine with it. And he doesn't try to convince you to stay on it. He doesn't try to make it seem like it's the end-all be-all to be on medicine. And, actually, he opts for other options first. So he'll go the homeopathic, try supplements and things like that before he goes with prescription medication. So I've appreciated him in the times that I have personally felt like I need the assistance of prescription medication to get me through a especially harder or darker time at any given. Oh, that was terrible. I went like this. That looked rough. And then he's also been like pretty good anytime I've been like, okay, I think I've been well for long enough and I don't think I need to be on this medicine anymore. Let's step me off of it. And because he sees, he's very observant in the sense that he'll be aware of the fact that I'm halfway decent at therapy and following through with the things that I get taught to not have to go the prescription route all the time. That sometimes, actually, when I've had situations that I tell him, like, I think I should get back on medicine, he'll ask me why, and I'll give my explanation, A, B, C, D, and he's like, well, I think those are legitimate reasons. I think we're okay with starting you back on this that has worked before, as long as it's a very low dose. You let me know as soon as you're having issues, and as soon as you think you don't need it anymore, also let me know, and we'll take you off of it. So, and he's also pretty adamant about informing me on things that I don't know that necessarily other people get informed about. Like, if I'm not struggling with anxiety, even if I am prescribed the medication, I don't have to take it. He's like, if you're not having a hard time, we don't have to take you off the prescription, but you don't have to take the prescription if you feel that the things that you've learned at like CBT and all these other trainings, if you feel that they're being enough and you don't actually need the medicine, you don't have to take it. You don't have to take it every day either if you don't feel like it's necessary to take it. So I really appreciate him in the way that he's kind of like whole. I wouldn't want to say holistic because that definitely means a different. Excuse me, that gets perceived differently, but I would say he's holistic in the sense that he aims to look at the whole picture and makes his decisions based on multiple factors, not just that, oh, let me give you medicine for a quick temporary, because by the way, if you don't do therapy with medicine, it's not a permanent fix. That's something else that a lot of doctors won't tell you, and I really appreciate that he has made it a point to inform me of that and just be like, hey, by the way, the medicine might be good now, but just so you know, it's not a permanent fix. And I genuinely appreciate that, because I've dealt with doctors that, you know, it's all just like medicine, it'll get better with medicine, and that's all you need to know. You don't need to know why it's happening, let's just treat the symptom. And that's not healthy, because like a lot of what we go through are reactions. Our bodies having reactions to something. And in general, there are situations that are different, and there are outliers, and there are things that don't fall into this category, but I find, and it has been my anecdotal experience, that a lot of things that we go through and that we medicate quickly for are reactions. They're not the cause. Something is causing this thing. There is a root to your severe anxiety. There is a root to your severe depression. And even if it is inexplicable in the sense that you may not be able to say, oh, I know for sure that this is the reason and this is why it's happening, it doesn't change the fact that something caused it. For a larger percentage of situations, you don't just start day one with depression. You don't just like randomly wake up one day, have never struggled with anything, and just have depression. You don't just wake up one day, have never struggled with anything, and surprise, you have anxiety. There is a cause, and I don't find doctors too reliable that don't take the time to find the cause. Because as long as you don't find the cause, as long as you don't find the action, the reaction is going to continue happening. So, like, if I'm lactose intolerant and I keep getting sick every time I eat dairy products, and I'm in excruciating pain and I have indigestion, and the doctor just gives me medicine for the pain and the indigestion, and they never bother to do the work to find out that, hey, by the way, you're lactose intolerant, I'm gonna keep eating cheese and milk and dairy products, and I'm gonna keep feeling terrible, and I'm gonna keep taking the medicine, and the medicine generally, unfortunately, fixes one thing but ruins another. So you're kind of, to a certain degree, giving yourself a death sentence. Because no one is bothering to find out what is wrong. And that's one of the ways that I feel about, one of the reasons that I feel this way. And I get mad at physicians for not doing better, in my humble opinion, is I have anemia, and it sucks. And when I went to the doctor, iron deficient anemia. I have really, really low ferritin levels, and when I was feeling horrible, like it was a level of horrible that I wouldn't even wish on my worst enemy. And I went to the doctor, and she was like, oh, you need to lose weight. And I'm like, okay, but I've lost weight. I realized I need to lose more weight, but I have lost weight. And things aren't even getting marginally better. Like, they're not getting better at all. So she does the blood tests, and, you know, then she says, oh yeah, you have iron deficient anemia. So, like, your ferritin levels are low, and you need to take some iron supplements. I'm like, okay, cool. You can't prescribe anything? She's like, well, no, because the insurance won't cover it, because you can get it over the counter. I'm like, okay, so I'll buy the iron supplement. What kind should I get? She tells me the kind that I should get. Buy the iron, start taking the iron, and I do feel a little bit better, but it wasn't a permanent better. Like, it only lasted for some time, like years as far as time goes, but it's still not like permanently fixed. Like, I still have issues with it, and I just had this moment of thinking, I've had several moments of thinking how messed up the medical system is, and one of the reasons is that I went into the lab's website to look at my results, and since they have a historical account, because I've been using the same lab for a while, I actually went into my results. And I had at that time never done that before, and I regret never having done that before, because what I found out is that my ferritin levels had been consistently decreasing for years. And my doctor, my PCP, primary care provider, who is the one who had requested all of these blood tests, same screening blood tests over and over again over the years, never paid attention to the fact that my ferritin levels were close to 0. Which is not good. It's not healthy. And, like, she could have done something about it sooner, before I was struggling to the point that I was sleeping 18 and 20 hours in a single day. Not because I'd been exhausted the previous day. This was like consecutive days. Like, I would sleep 14 hours one day. I would wake up just enough to, like, get the baby, well, he wasn't a baby, but, you know, get him to school, pick him up from school. Like, the absolute bare minimum of existence that I was having was just getting my child to school, getting him fed, and bare necessities taken care of. Not even my own necessities. I was like, necessities for me, and take care of my child. That's all I need to do. That's all that counts. That's all that matters. And, oh, I have to wait for him to come back. Respawn back up here, please. So, like, I was in a really bad place by the time I went, and I just complained to the point that she actually paid attention to my blood work. And I was so, I was just so angry when I realized that this is a problem. If she had actually looked at the results of the blood work that she herself had been prescribing for me to get done, this could have been resolved years ago. But here's the kicker. The iron supplements stopped working after a certain period. Like, I start feeling, I know the feeling now of when my anemia is getting out of control, and I'm just like, shouldn't we be finding the cause? Because the things that I eat, I'm Hispanic, so we eat a lot of constantly we constantly eat a whole bunch of stuff that is iron rich. And so I kept telling her, I'm like, I don't think it's my diet because these are the things that I eat normally. I'm Hispanic, so there's like beans in every single meal, not every single meal, but at least once a day we're eating beans and we're eating the meats that are recommended for iron. And I'm just like telling her, I'm like, I have a lot of iron in my diet, so it doesn't make sense. And she just kept saying that I needed to lose weight and it was probably my diet and I should just take the supplement. And that was like 4 years ago, and I had been taking the supplements and then the supplements weren't working. Then I had to try and find different supplements, and I keep doing it, and I'm just like, why don't you just figure out what's wrong? Because I'm not absorbing the iron. I'm taking the iron supplements, my body's not absorbing it. So there is a problem somewhere, and it's not solved by just giving me more iron, because for some reason my body's not absorbing the iron. So the resolution to this problem, I guarantee you, is not to just give me more iron. It's to figure out why my body is not absorbing the iron I'm already giving it. And they just like, it's to the point now where I've high key have kind of given up on even trying to deal with my PCP anymore. I'm getting ready to go on vacation at the end of June. My sister-in-law is a doctor. My sister-in-law's sister is a doctor. We just have family members that are doctors, and a lot of close family friends that are doctors. And I'm just going to go take advantage of the exchange rate, take advantage of my medical professional family, and get all my stuff looked at while I'm in Dominican Republic. Out of pocket. That's, I'm going to pay for it out of pocket. I don't really have another option, because here all they want to do is give you more medicine. The medicine is just a band-aid. There is a cause to the things that are happening, and solving the cause does not happen when all you're getting is a prescription to deal with the effect. So yeah, there's that rant. And it all started me talking about mental health, but it goes into so much deeper. There's so much, like, the average doctor here, like, I'm not saying all doctors are bad, not all doctors are bad, but there's just too many that will just give you a prescription because they're like, oh, this is what you're going through, here's some pills for that. I was like, can we fix the problem? Like, can we just, I don't know. It seems so common sense, but you know, in the army they used to always say, and I went in the army long ago. I went in the army in 2004, and they used to always say common sense is not that common. And I saw it. I constantly saw it, and I realized that it was true. Common sense is not that common. But now, almost 20 years later, it's gotten even worse. It's gotten even worse, guys. Like, common sense? Who is that? She doesn't seem to go most where. She goes here, and it drives me crazy because since I have a lot of common sense, and I can see when other people are not having common sense, basic modicum of intelligence, and I'm just like, what is wrong with humanity? What is wrong with the West? And this is why I will have random rants like the West is falling, because it's ridiculous to me. And the other thing is conversation. Oh my God, I want to slap people with dictionaries all the time. Like, I would like to walk around with just copies of dictionaries, just slapping people with it, because words are just escaping people. The deterioration of the English language, especially here in America, is so concerning, and I don't understand why people aren't putting focus on. I realize we got a lot of issues, we got a lot of problems, but language is important. Communication, appropriate communication, is really important, and it just drives me absolutely insane that nobody seems to be talking about the apparent complete deterioration of the English language. That it's almost impossible to have a continuous conversation with people that you actually understand what they're talking about, because words are disappearing. And I don't want to overdo it. I don't want to be hysterical, but this feels like the precursor to Fahrenheit 451. If you haven't read it, Go find it at your local library. Look for it on Amazon. It's a great book. It might open some people's eyes, but it's like, you can watch the movie too. The movie's okay, the book is better. Visually, the movie is better though, because Michael B. Jordan is in it. He could be my firefighter any day. But anyways, yeah, Fahrenheit 451. Look it up. I greatly recommend it. But it really feels like we're heading in that direction, and the deterioration of language is one of the first places where there can be an exertion of control over the populace, because you forget words and you forget the meaning of them and you forget the importance of them, and it is so much easier to be swayed when you forego the importance of the knowledge of language. But anyways, that was my rant. It's completely irrelevant to the game, and I probably lost most of y'all. I don't apologize, because I really, really genuinely feel that way. I have to go take a break. It smells like my mom is making something delicious, and I can't concentrate anymore. Even that rant, I was struggling to concentrate because it smells really I don't know what she is making, but it smells delicious, and I just can't concentrate anymore. Like, I was trying really hard to concentrate as I was going through that rant, but I can't do it anymore. It smells too good. I'm too distracted. So I'm going to go figure out what she's eating that smells so good, steal some of it if she didn't make enough for both of us, or just enjoy some of it if she did make enough for both of us. And I will be back, but I'm going to end this stream because I don't know how long I'm going to be gone, because she might not even be done cooking. It might just smell good as the precursor to an amazing meal, and I don't know how long I'm going to be gone. But I will return, more than likely, because it's there's a high probability that I'll return, but there is a possibility that I may not stream again until after I pick Sweet Child up from school, because it's a little bit after 1 p.m. local. Thank you guys so much for hanging out as I rant and marginally play the game, and was looking crazy when I started. I'm on YouTube at M&J Do Everything, rumble.com/Natalia Ines, Twitch, twitch.tv/Natalia Ines, and I am on Facebook, MyJCB LLC. Check me out on all of the platforms. I am also on Twitter at, I'm pretty sure it's Natalie Adulting or Natalia Adulting. I really gotta look it up so I can plug it appropriately. But as of right now, I'm gonna go figure out what my mom is making and pray to God that I can steal some of it, or that she actually made enough for both of us. So I will